Hello guys, welcome to another FU Money live streaming today, Saturday. Wow, it's a really hot Saturday today. I've been waiting for this move. Bitcoin is going a bit up since yesterday. I guess the stupid trend line, the curve trend line that I plotted was working after all. Let's see how this goes for the for the end of that curved line. But as usual, we are receiving some people still. Let me check here how this is going. Hey, everyone is there on the chat already. I'm glad you guys are here. The usual suspects. Bichimoku, here you are. You have a few other, you have two more moderators starting today. Tiago is one of the moderators. Alexander is another one. So we now have three moderators, and let's see how this goes. Of course, we will have to increase the number of moderators in time with the growth of the fan base. Okay, guys, so I was just waiting for some more people to get in. Today, it's not such a bad day. A lot of green in front of me. Of course, you are not seeing it yet, but we are just going to screen share and start the stream, as you guys know. So, welcome to another live stream. Okay guys, after the intro, here we are. Welcome all to the live stream of Saturday. Today we started at 3 p.m. Since the beginning of the Euro Cup, I've been live streaming a bit earlier because of the matches that the football matches of the Euro Cup. Unfortunately, Portugal is not in the race for that cup this year, so we lost on the round of 16. And well, France also lost in the round of 16, but the one team I would not like to win this cup is England. I don't know why, but since 2004, since those great games, great matches we had, the football matches against England, I always wanted them not to win the cup. But anyway, I'm not such a I'm not like that. I'm just joking. So let's see who wins the cup this year. I would like the Czech Republic to win it, or some other team that never won anything. So let's see how that goes. But the Portuguese national team is out, and now they have to wait for next year for the World Cup, and let's see how they do then. Okay, so let's go to screen share and start the analysis. As you guys already know, this usually starts by the price to time model. So let's go to screen share. I like the green on the right. So here on the right side, everything is green since yesterday. I was forecasting some kind of move to the upside. I already posted on the Telegram group. By the way, the Telegram group, before I forget, guys, so here it is. Join the Telegram group, and you just have to go to a browser and go to the address bar and t.me/FU money. If you haven't joined the group yet, join us, and you will debate Bitcoin and sometimes other shitcoins. If you want to have nice conversations in the crypto area, space, whatever you want to call it, but just join the group, and I'll be there, of course, with a lot of other people. We are more than 300 people already, just in 2 weeks or something like that. So join it, and we will have a nice debate every day, 24 hours a day. So let's go. I will just remove this now for a bit. So you saw it already. It's here on the lower left part of your screen. So I will just remove it for now so that we can go on with the analysis. Okay, price to time model. So although this is still a red week, and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see it. although this is still red week, we have been going up since yesterday, so we have been having higher lows, and we are now looking for a higher high on the 4-hour, on the daily. The weekly not so much, because we have to climb a bit, but for the daily and the 4-hour at least, we are looking for a higher high, which would give us some signal, some kind of hope that the bottom is in, the 28.8k is in. So regarding the price to time model, of course, we are 2 weeks delayed regarding the comparing to the 2017 cycle that you guys know already. This is the yellow candle pattern that you guys see here. The blue candle pattern is the 2013 bull cycle, and this is the 75% correction we had mid-cycle. So comparing the 3 cycles, we were in the middle, and now we are delayed. So we are comparing to the other 2, we are just going behind the 2017 cycle and also below the price action of 2017 cycle. So in this regard, we are a bit delayed. It doesn't mean that we are going to just stall the move up around here or do something crazy and go down like crazy also, but we are still delayed, and for us to catch up with the 2017 cycle, we have a long way to go. Let me see here. So this would be around 60. We would have to pass the 60k now to be on track and above the 2017 cycle. But as you guys know, the diminishing returns for all the cycles probably will come in, and it doesn't mean that we are not going to have Bitcoin around 280,000 or even above 150, around 200 maybe. But it just means that in the price to time model context, we will probably achieve that amount probably already outside of the square, which means that probably having only 2 data points to compare the cycles is not enough, and probably we will not have the coincidence of having the same number of weeks from the bottom of the previous bear cycle and exactly the same number of weeks to the top of the bull cycle. So if that doesn't happen, tough, I don't care. This was really just a coincidence which started when I saw the number of weeks on the 2013 cycle and 2017 cycle, and they matched. It doesn't mean that this one has to match, but however, I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to go much above 280k. It just depends on how long it will take to get there. So let's see how the price to time model forecasts the period when that top will happen or not, or if it will fail in the forecast we have for the end of this year. So regarding the RSI on the weekly, because you guys know that the price to time model is a weekly chart, the RSI continues to have this double bottom here. I was expecting this to be already around the orange dashed line, which corresponds to that big downfall that we had on 2013 mid-cycle after the 75% correction. So we are still below that line, but I'm expecting this line to be crossed over to the upper side again soon. So let's see when that happens. But regarding the price to time model, that's it. No big news since all the videos of the week. I've been talking about this, except for one, if I'm not mistaken. But no big news here, nothing to see, move along. So let's go to the crypto total. So in the crypto total, we have a daily chart of the total amount of net value for the entire crypto space. So we are exactly now at $1.41 trillion and going up. So this means that the crypto total support context actually has been sustaining the price and moving it to the upside. As you guys see here, we have for the crypto total this context support, which was during the month of June. We now have it lower. However, during the month of June, we went this low, and we just crossed the support context for a bit and then immediately went to the upside, forming what could be, if confirmed, because the confirmation line is still dashed, as you guys can see here. I can zoom in. So the yellow line is still dashed, so it's still not yet confirmed. But when this line becomes filled, we will have a confirmation that this is a second range boundary on the daily chart of the crypto total, which means that if this is a first range boundary and this is a second, then we are going to look for a third range boundary, which probably would come around in between 1.8 and $2 trillion. That is my guess for the third range boundary, at least if we continue to go up. Maybe the trend channel, which is the red zigzag here, will also join that move up and start to point upwards, and probably we will find the resistance of the total crypto market around the $2 trillion mark. So let's see what happens here. However, this is a very good sign. The entire crypto market is again being valuated above the 1.35, which is where we were just a few days ago, and even above the 1.12 trillion, which was the very, very low for this period where we found support. So let's see if we can get the crypto total to go up and look for a third range boundary, which I expect will come around the 2 trillion mark. So to that end, we will need some time. Of course, this does not go up in a day, so we will have to wait. But my guess is that this move, if not broken to the downside, if all the supports can hold it, I'm expecting it to go to the 2 trillion before we have another reversal to the downside, probably to find a fourth range boundary. Or we could continue if there is a big move in Bitcoin, and you guys know, of course, Bitcoin moves all the other shit coins. So if Bitcoin as the king will continue to go up and break to new all-time highs, probably we could also break the third range boundary to the upside and start to look for new all-time highs in the crypto total. So let's see how that goes, but so far so good. We have reversed the price action exactly at the bottom of the support context, and that's a very good sign. So guys, if you have any questions, just start to write them, because I will for sure take a look as soon as I finish this one. So moving on to the MRI, and we are now on the weekly chart. Let me just turn off the plots I have there, so to make it a cleaner chart. So what do we have here? We have a very undecided week so far, and this was just green just a few minutes ago, but now it's again red. So this is a doji candle. Let's see how the week goes. We still have more than 24 hours to the close of this week. Of course, being the previous week a hammer, even being red, I would like this one to be a green doji. And if this becomes a green doji by the weekly close of tomorrow, probably we will have a good sign here that we might have a reversal soon. So that's what I'm waiting for. We have an MRI bottom here just 3 weeks ago. It didn't really work that well, so we had to find support on the 50 period SMA, which is the yellow moving average you guys see here. So I sometimes forgot to zoom in, but you guys have to forgive me for that. But I always forget that some people have smaller screens or are watching on their phones. So I will try to remember more often to zoom in. Okay, so the problem here is the MRI bottom did not work very well. We had this big run up, but then just followed by an engulfing candle, which sent us down to find support on the 50 period SMA. After that, we had a big move up again, so a recovery of all this space in between the price level where we are right now and the absolute bottom of 28.8K. And now this week we have been just going up and down, very undecided about what to do, but we still have a few more hours, 20 something hours to the end of the week. Let me check. Yeah, 34 hours. So exactly 24 hours plus 10. We have 34 hours to have this candle close as a green doji. And if that happens, it will be a very, very good sign that this hammer probably could indicate the price reversal point. So I'm waiting for that. I'm of course every week I'm very anxious to see how the week will close, and I say this every live stream. But this one is important because just the previous week we had this massive move down to 28.8, finding a new bottom, which was exactly the same level of this candle here in January. So the third week of January, we had exactly the same level of price action, 28.8, and then we had a big reversal to the upside. So I'm expecting something like that could start to happen. Maybe if we have a green doji by tomorrow, and next week, of course, a continuation to the upside. That would be a very, very good signal that this 55% retracement is over, and we might expect some good price action to the upside. Who knows, even finding a new all-time high soon, and probably even before the end of this year, we could have something close to the 150 or even 200 something thousand. I'm not so... how should I put that? I'm not so very convinced as I was like maybe 2 months ago that we can still achieve the 280,000 by the end of the year, but I'm still very convinced that we can easily achieve the 100K or above that, 150 probably before the end of this year, and that would be a very, very important mark. The mark of the $100,000 Bitcoin would be a very, very good reason to celebrate. So I'm not one bit angry by the fact that the price to time model could fail the forecast of October or November to have a $280,000 Bitcoin, because if we achieve the 100,000 by the end of the year, I will be very happy, and I bet many, many people will also be very, very happy. So this is the weekly. The RSI just goes sideways. The MACD continues to show bearish indication. However, the RSI being sideways, I don't care. It's completely neutral. The MACD, however, is showing that this week could close with a gap. So the bar is smaller than the previous bar. And this gap here could even increase if we have a green doji by the end of week tomorrow. And that will give me signs that we are starting, at least the MACD is starting to, as a lagging indicator as this is, it's at least starting to show some signs of bullishness, and we could start here the reversal. So let's see how those indicators evolve, and let's check the daily. And on the daily we have the higher lows. And this is what I was looking for. So this is really important, guys. This is what I was talking about in the beginning of the show. So this is one low, that's another low, and this is another low. And all of them are higher lows. So what we need now is a higher high. So we have to break this level of the $36,100 to have a higher high, at least since this big drop here. And if that happens, it might indicate the short term to be bullish, and also indicate that this bullish divergence that I've pointed out for the last few videos could be working in favor of Bitcoin, reversing the price action to the upside finally after all this accumulation for the last months. So the bullish divergence is pointed out here on the RSI. You guys see the white line. I'm just going to zoom in a bit. You guys can see the white line here. Since the big drop of the 55% correction, we have been going up on the RSI always, even the price coming down. So the main tendency for the price has been, since that big drop of the 55%, which happened here in this candle around the 19th, 20th of May. So starting from here, exactly the lowest point of the RSI has been going up. The price action has been in general coming down. but now we are seeing some signs of reversal, and we also had this in the past. Of course, we had a higher high here, a higher low here, and then a higher high, but then we dropped again because the resistance was too strong. But my faith is on Bitcoin, because I know that the more we try to break the resistance, the easier it gets to go up. So we have two higher lows, and we have already one higher high as compared to that one, and we could have the second one if we break the $36,100. So the daily chart is not so bad. I don't see it as really bad. I see some signs, early signs, of course. These are early signs that we could have a reversal soon. But you guys know already, I'm not in charge of the markets, so so I'm not the one saying let's go up from now, from this point. Okay, so this has been a good sign. We have also on the daily, we have this, let me just turn off all the drawings here. I will just turn them on after. So we have this hammer candle also signaling a reversal on the daily yesterday. So we went down, but immediately, still during that day, we went back up again. We crossed the opening of the candle to the upper side, and this became a green hammer indicating reversal, and this is exactly what happened. So since yesterday, since the opening of today's candle, we have been going up, and that's not a bad sign at all. Okay, on the daily also, the RSI continues to move up. Just, having this zigzag, accumulation zigzag, but still overall it's going up, pointing up in this final leg of the RSI for the last few days. The MACD also very slightly bullish on the daily. We are already with the blue line above the orange line, and the bars are green, however having some difficulty to increase in size. Let's see how that goes. But the daily is still, in my opinion, the daily chart looks bullish. Very early stages of bullish, but still bullish. So that's it for the daily. And finally, let's go to the 4 hours, where we can see the immediate price action. This is, I don't really like that last candle over there, but let's see. If this comes to the downside, I hope that this crazy idea I had the other day to have a curved trend line, like simulating a cup and handle, which in fact it's still not validated, of course, I know that. But when I plotted this curved trend line here, this was around this candle, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. When I saw the early stages of starting to calm down, this move down, and the bears losing some control, I decided to plot this. This is in one of my videos, maybe 2 videos ago or 3 videos ago, I can't remember. But this is the first time, on that video, this was the first time I plotted this line. And you guys know, I didn't have all these candles here, but just look how it turned out to be very accurate. So we had a rounded bottom shape here for the price action, and we continue to go up. So yesterday I published on Twitter, in the Telegram group, and also in the video that I recorded, I said I'm expecting some kind of a bigger move to the upside soon, and that move just happened during this night when I was asleep, and this morning when I woke up, I saw this big candle here as compared to the other ones, of course, and the continuation is still going. So I'm hoping that this candle, the current candle here on the 4 hour, becomes a bit bigger, at least the same size in body as the previous one, and that usually indicates another big move coming soon. You guys know that we have a big move, then we have 1 or 2 or 3, even 3 candles, like a very small body, like dojis, and then after that we have almost the same kind of move we had previously from this one here, from the bottom of this line to the upside. Let's see if that continues. If not, I'm expecting that probably this will retrace, find some support in the 200 period SMA, also on the trend line, and then we can reverse on the next candle. So let's see what happens. These are 4 hour candles. We might still see it today. I want to see how this will close, and very soon we will have some news about that. Let me just okay, so this is now correct, and that's it. So the RSI has been going up. We still have the trend line here for the bullish divergence. We did not even touch this trend line for the RSI. Then we started this move up, and it's still pointing up, although it's not very steep inclination, but we are pointing up on the RSI on the 4-hour. The MACD turned, of course, immediately bullish. So as soon as we had that big move to the upside during this night, the past night, of course, the blue line crossed the orange line to the upside, and we now have already 3 green bars on the MACD. You guys remember yesterday when I recorded the video, we were in this bar, and I was saying that this gap between the blue line and the orange line is decreasing, and I'm expecting if this trend line, this curved trend line, is actually working as I was thinking about it, we will have tomorrow a cross over the blue line above the orange line. And that actually happened. So I'm not saying I can predict the future, guys. You know already that we don't predict the future in this channel. We just analyze different scenarios and give probabilities to each one and try to speculate on what's the bigger probability of something to happen. And in fact, yesterday, as you guys know, if you guys follow the channel, you guys know that I said that this trend line will probably result in a kind of a cup that will go again to the upside and try to break this level soon. So let's see if that happens. We still have to wait some time, probably for Sunday evening until this is complete, at least for the 4 hours chart. But I'm expecting something to happen here. So if everything goes okay, of course, because if Elon Musk decides to tweet something against Bitcoin, he might just screw up everything and we might have to go revisit the 28,000 level. So let's see if the guy smokes a joint and relaxes for the weekend and doesn't tweet anything. Okay, so that's it for the 4 hour chart. Let me check how this is going on the chat. Wow, we have 27 concurrent viewers at this time. Let's see if we can bring some more people, but let's see also the messages on the chat. You guys know already I have some difficulty because I was stupid when I decided to put the microphone on this side of the table, and now it's just crossing on the exactly where the chat is, so I have sometimes to put my head like this so I can read the messages. Okay, so let's see. Wow, so many messages, guys. I'll have to ask, probably if we continue to have so many people, I will have to ask to the moderators to compile all the questions in one on the Telegram private chat, which I will create for sure, because I cannot read all the messages right now, just to look for questions. So let's see the last ones. If you guys want to have something, if you guys already asked something but I didn't see it because it's already up there somewhere, please write it again and I will see the questions right now. So guys, any doubts, please write them now because I'm looking at the chat. If you have any doubts about the analysis so far, please write them in the chat so I can answer any doubts or any questions about what I've just said. In the meantime, we are looking in real time. This doji is now increasing in size. The body is increasing in size. So we are going up again. We are now at $34,741. Yeah, I heard some news about Elon Musk not being able to move Doge anymore. So I guess he posted some crazy shit on the on Twitter. So he tweeted something, and the shitcoin did not even move or something like that. Also read the news about this guy that became a millionaire because of Doge, because he bought really, really early. but he insists in not selling, so I guess his millions will go to zero soon. Okay, so I don't see really those many questions. So guys, if you want to ask me something, just write it now on the I will continue the analysis with the other assets while you guys probably will find the time to write me some questions if you want to ask me something. Okay, so, I forgot the BitMEX funding rate. So we are on the 4-hour chart, and right now we have a positive, so we have more longs than shorts. We are a bit more long than short in BitMEX, and this is around 0.008, not even 0.01, and the premium is still negative, so that's good. But I would rather have the BitMEX funding rate being negative, closer to this threshold line. The threshold line is the green line you guys see here, to the negative side, 0.06. So to negative 0.06 is my threshold to actually help the bulls and the spot market to go up. But so far so good. The doji is actually the same size now as the previous candle. If this closes like that in 1.5 hours, it will be great, because I'm sure the next candle will continue to the upside. I'm not sure 100%, I'm 99.9%. Please don't think I'm trying to guess the future here. This is not a plan, but from my experience, this kind of price structure actually continues to the upside in the same extent as this candle. So let's see if that happens. We might have a candle like this just going to retest again this level of the 36,000. And let's see if we can break that, and if we could, that would be great. That would mean we would have a higher high, and so of course good indications for the future. Also, we are on a 7th of 9 green count, so that means we can still have 2 more candles to the upside, at least on the 4-hour. Let me just check the MRI count on the daily. So on the daily, we are still on a red count, also the red count for the week and for the month, and they just started, so it's not very good. I don't like it, but that's what we have. However, on the 4-hour chart, we are already on a 7 of 9 count. So that means we can still have 2 more candles of 4-hour going up before we have an MRI top. If that coincides with the same level of that candle over there, that's in fact not a bad sign, because if this coincides with this level here, which would be 36,400, 3640, sorry, $36,400, that could mean we could have a small retracement here, and that could look like a cup and handle, but this is just me speculating. So if that happens, it would be a nice coincidence that we have the 9 exactly for the MRI top at the same level, or just a bit higher. At least we could say that we have a higher high, and then a small retracement to 30%, 25% of the cup size, having this handle around here, and then continuation to the upside. I would really, really like that. Let's see how that goes. Okay, let me look there. Yeah, so Bichimoku is actually asking, so this would be my next chart, the Dixie. The DXY, as you guys know, this is the dollar index. So it means that this is the this chart shows the strength of the dollar as compared to all other fiat currencies in the world. And you guys know that the dollar has been declining a lot since March 2020. We have been trying this support level already for some time. We tested it for a few weeks around January this year. Then we tested it again in February. Then we tested it again in May. and beginning of June when we had this MRI bottom, and the MRI bottom actually screwed up everything because I was expecting the support to be broken in this going down wave here. However, the MRI bottom screwed up everything and sent the dollar back up in a fury, which I didn't like. However, when we stopped this candle, I plotted this trend line in red. So let me zoom in here. So we had this support again tested by the third time. The support held the price. We had then an MRI bottom, which I hate to have on the dollar, MRI bottoms. It should not be allowed. We should discuss this with... Sorry, guys. We should discuss this with Tone Vase and say, hey, every time the dollar has an MRI bottom, just delete the arrow from the indicator. That might have some influence, we don't know, and that would be a very good influence to see if the dollar breaks the support to the downside and actually fucks itself. But just joking, guys. But don't go and suggest that to Tone Vase, of course. Don't. Okay, so when we had the candle stop around here, of course, I plotted this trend line in red, and I said this trend line is going to send the dollar down and will keep it below the trend line. So, of course, the next candle went down. It found support on the 50-period SMA, and this is a weekly chart, guys, don't forget that. So every candle is a week, and it found support on the 50-period SMA, the yellow line, and then it went back up again. But look what happened. The candle retraced again. It became smaller than half the previous size of the body and is now again being rejected by the trend line. So I hope this trend line is a very good indication. I hope it sends the dollar down again. When the week closes tomorrow, I hope it closes below the trend line, and then the next one could be in fact the retracement of the dollar back down. So let's see what happens, but this is my hope. This could be, as you guys see here, this is a 1 to 4 candle correction. Probably this is just a 1 to 4 candle correction, and we might see the dollar continue to go down and retest the support again soon in the next few weeks. So that's my hope. That's what I'm hoping for, and what I would really like to happen, to see the dollar below this orange rectangle. I want to see the dollar below the orange rectangle. I could do a song with this. So like Ivan on Tech made a song about subscribe the channel and all that crap with the notification bell all and all that. So I could start a movement. The movement of dollar below 89 on the Dixie. So let's see what happens with the dollar. I'm expecting, I really hope this is just a 1 to 4 candle correction and we could continue to the downside, retesting the support again, and nothing would make me happier than see the dollar below 89. Even if this is 88.9, I would be very, very happy. So guys, if you want to give me a birthday present, which will actually happen soon, send the dollar below 89. I'll be very, very happy. Okay, so that's the Dixie. Let's see how gold is doing. Okay, my trend line supported gold. My trend lines are really... I love my trend lines, guys. They really work. So this trend line, again, supported the price of gold. So we had this squeeze, as I said on my last stream, and also a few videos after that. The price of gold was being squeezed between the red trend line, the white trend line going up, and the red trend line going down. So this week was actually just kind of price reversal week. Then we continued to try to go down, but the trend line held the price, and we are now going up, and we have this doji candle that could become a hammer. So let's see how that evolves. But I bet gold could also just have a 1 to 4 candle correction and continue to the upside, as the hyperinflation of the dollar that everyone denies, even the Fed, so the Fed should deny it, of course, but as the hyperinflation of the dollar continues to increase and people each day more have to pay much more for what they have to buy, so everyone denies the inflation, but people know that every time they go to the supermarket, month after month, they pay more for the same stuff. So I guess some investors are finding support on gold to fight or to hedge against the inflation of the dollar. Some others are now using Bitcoin again with this slight move to the upside, short-term price action reversal. Let's see how that goes. But I bet gold is not stopped here. I see gold continuing to go up from this point on. So if that was just a 1 to 4 candle correction, we might continue to see this uptrend in gold. And I'm sure that even if not this year, probably next year, we will have a new all-time high in gold. Let's see how that goes. Hey guys, don't forget to gently touch the like button. Gently touch the like button. I see so many people, so many playbacks here, but only 16 likes. What's happening? I should do what Stacy Herbert does during the live streams of the Orange Peel podcast. If you guys don't touch the like button right now, I will just look at the screen and wait until we get to, I don't know, 50 likes. Okay, guys. Don't forget to press the like button, because if you enjoy the content, you help the channel. Of course, you help the channel if you press the like button, and the algorithm will take that and also show it to more people on YouTube, and we will increase the fan base or the followers base, as you want to call it. Okay, S&P, guys, S&P looks good. I was wrong, so I'll admit it. Live, I was wrong. I thought this candle was going to give us a 10% correction. It didn't, but however, I'm still not very convinced that this is actually organic move. I think that this is being driven by lies of the Fed and money printing and all that stuff. So be really careful. I thought that this big red candle here was going to find support at least at the 20 period SMA. It didn't, and this would be the exact same price levels as these candles here. So this is a support line, of course. I thought that we would come down, and then if not finding support, even going further down and find support on the 50 period SMA. However, this did not happen. So I admit I was wrong, and we had a reversal of the price action to the upside, and we are now again above the trend line inside the wedge. However, guys, this is a wedge that is pointing up, and you guys know that the bigger probability when a wedge is pointing up and it breaks to the downside. So I'm still not very well convinced that this is an organic move that actually reflects what's going on in the markets. I think this is a bit synthetic move because of all the Fed lies and money printing and all that crazy stuff that they are doing in the United States. So be careful. I know we are again inside the wedge, but this is coming to an end. So you guys know that this may have just been the warning sign that something might happen. Unless we continue to, explode up in the S&P, well, then, of course, I will not say anything else, and I will just continue to follow the trend. But be really careful, because I'm still not convinced 100% that this is organic, okay? So that's the S&P for you guys. Let's see. Oh, Robert Breedlove is now a shitcoiner. Well, I was guessing that since the time that he was starting to ask, when he started to ask people about, what's the name of that fucking site where people go there and they claim their names and then they have this coin associated to their name. So when that tweet came out, I said to myself, Breedlove is going to go the wrong way. And as soon as he saw all those, chances of getting some more money, even donating that, I heard he donated that the proceeds of that coin to Bitcoin development, but I guess that's not enough now to clean all the mess, all the shit he did. So I don't really know. Yeah, BitClout, exactly. Bitchimoku is helping me. So BitClout, when I saw that first tweet, I thought to myself, this guy is going the wrong way. He's joining the dark side of the force. And of course, the dark side of the force is very powerful once you are inside. So let's see, guys. Okay, the S&P is done, unless you have any more questions. Yeah, someday I'll do that. When I have at least 2,000 followers, I will say I will not start the stream until we have 2,000 likes. Guys, don't forget to touch the like button, to gently touch the like button. Don't smash it because we need it for tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and join the Telegram group, which I'm now going to, let me go here and activate it. So here we are. You should be seeing really soon the join our Telegram group, t.me/FU money. Write that on a browser. You will be taken to a page where you click the button and you are automatically invited to our Telegram group, where very, very bright people debate Bitcoin 24 hours a day. And also, if you want to use the app itself, you just use the search box and you search for FU money, and I'm sure the first or second results will be the group, which now, just having started around 2 weeks ago, has more than 300 people. So guys, don't forget to join the Telegram group. And also, let's go to... So I have here, so this is my long-term vision on Bitcoin, which now turned green again. So I was fed up already to see this line, the price action level line, red, and we are now having a green line finally, which is one more indication that the wave 4 might be over. Might be over. I'm not still convinced that this is 100% closed, but it's in the good way to go for a close of the fourth wave. So if this is correct, if my, again, I sometimes dream about this stuff and I like to do it on the charts. So if this is correct, my Elliott wave count for this bull cycle is still completing the fourth wave. And it's still not yet confirmed. So let me just give you guys an explanation, because sometimes some new people arrive on the channel and they didn't see it before. So I started my five waves Elliott wave count exactly at the low of the previous bear cycle. So this was around December 2018. We had the first wave up that ended around June 2019. Then we had this wave down, which corresponds to the COVID public announcement, and when COVID started to go on the news. We had this big drop here. So this is the second wave, which is a corrective wave, of course. Then we have the bigger wave, the third wave, that went to the all-time high that we have so far, which was around 65,000. Then 55%, 56 to be accurate. 56% correction, which corresponds to the fourth wave. And then we can have our final extended wave 5, which could take us by the end of the year to around 200,000. This is just my long vision chart. I hope this is correct, of course. Who doesn't want this to be correct? Everyone wants Bitcoin to go to 200,000 by the end of this year. So it's not such a big forecast. I mean, such a completely nonsense forecast. This could be very, very possible. If we don't go to 200, the fifth wave could still be around the 150, and that would not be bad at all. I would not mind to be wrong, even if Bitcoin went to 150,000. Okay, guys, so this is the complete analysis for the week. I guess I don't have any more charts to show you, except probably, yeah, so I still have the Pro Indicators framework for Bitcoin, which I only showed the Pro Indicators framework when I was analyzing the crypto total. But now we have We have started a new month, and of course, guys, the support context just got a bit lower. But the good thing that I saw here on the daily chart pro indicators framework was that the absolute low of 28.8 did not cross the support context to the downside. This is a very bullish indication. This is very good. And we are now for the second consecutive day on the green. So you guys see that we did not even cross the big range, the range channel on the daily. This is a very big range. I started it when the Bitcoin started to go exponentially up. So when the bull market really started in strength. And then I plotted this line on the top of the range being parallel to the first range boundary and this previous high here, the previous swing high, and then the actual last swing high we had, which was the all-time high. Then I pulled the range down, and you guys see that when I plotted this was when the price action was actually around the 64,000. And then I pulled it down. I aligned it with the beginning of the exponential bull market here around October 2020. And you guys see automatically the big retracement ended exactly just a hair below the range channel. This is TA, guys. This is TA. This is not magic. So it's very interesting that the support, even the support context, which was not here yet when I plotted this range, I plotted the range around this, around the 12th, 14th, 15th of April. I can't remember exactly. I know this was close to that all-time high. So probably even when we started to go down after the all-time high, so a few days later, I plotted this range channel, and of course, it just went down below the range for a hair. By a hair. You guys can see it here. Just a small hair below the range. This is TA for you guys. This is not magic or black magic or guessing the future. This has in fact a purpose. And all the analysis we do in TA have some kind of correlation with psychology patterns and stuff like that. So that's why most of them actually work. I'm not saying that it's 100% sure, but most of them work. It's really hot today. I should have a fan here close to me. But anyway, it would be a bit noisy on the microphone to have a fan here just to get some fresh air. But I guess the weather in Portugal is really becoming really hot with the summer. So I will try to get this room cooler than it is right now. Okay, so let me check again the chat. How is this going? Did you guys have enough, or do you guys want some more? Hey guys, thank you so much for the compliments you are giving me on the chat. Of course, yeah, I know that many people think like that and they really enjoy what I do here. However, I don't know if this is YouTube fighting me or something, but I don't see the fan base increasing. I don't see the followers, the number of subs increasing. So I wonder if, because I heard that in the last few days, YouTube has been cracking down on some, channels, and many people being shadow banned, so they don't even publish the notifications to tell people that a live stream started or there's a new video on the channel. So I wonder what's happening in YouTube, but I've heard talks about many people shadow banned. And this is really weird, some people even had the likes decreased, and also the not likes, so the thumbs down number decreased. Also the thumbs up likes on the videos decreased. Some really weird shit is happening. So no one is still sure of what's happening in YouTube, but I guess they are cracking down on some kind of content. Also, there's been mainstream media fight against YouTubers and podcasters and people, independent journalists having podcasts on YouTube. And YouTube has been suffering a lot of attacks from the mainstream media. So I don't know what they are doing, but something is happening because I don't see people increasing. I see likes increasing. I see a lot of stuff. But then when it comes to subs in the channel, it's always the same. So you look day after day, you have 1, 2, 3 more subs, something like that, but no big deal. So I don't see a rational increase of the followers. So let's see what happens. Maybe I can find out more about this story and we'll check it. Probably if I was a clickbaiter troll like Ivan on Tech and the Moon Carl, exactly as predicted. Maybe if I was like one of them and clickbaited everyone to my videos, maybe I would have much more subs. But, maybe I'm too honest for my own good. So I don't really, well, unless, if anyone in my subs list is a very, very good designer and you want to suggest something, why don't you try to remake the image of the channel and send it to me? Let's discuss it. If you have some good ideas to attract more people, I'm, of course, available to listen to you guys. So let's see. Let me just check how the time is going. Oh, this is about an hour already. I know you guys enjoy a lot to be here, but I also have to trade and do some other analysis on my own. So we should start to think about ending the stream soon, but let's discuss a bit this idea. So guys, let me just put it here. Let me try this new scene I have. Okay. So the thing is, I was trying to maybe find someone that could do this kind of remake of the complete channel image, not just thumbnails, everything. So like the top of the YouTube channel, also the avatar for Twitter and for the channel also, and not just that, also including the scenes and everything in OBS, so that the live stream and the recorded videos look all the same. So I don't know if someone in the audience, of course, is a web designer or graphic designer, whatever. If you have very good design skills, I'm open to new ideas. If you want to send me, you of course know the contacts. My contacts are on YouTube, also on Twitter, also on the Telegram group. You can talk to me directly. You can send me a DM on Telegram. Just join the group and then you'll find me there. My user on the group is exactly the same name as the group. So you can send me a DM or you can just chat with me and everyone else on the Telegram group. So if you have good graphic design or web design skills, just send us a DM. And if you are, of course, into changing the image of the channel for the better, and with this goal of attracting more people to the videos and to increase the fan base, I'm all ears. Sorry, not ears. I'm all ears. Okay, guys, let's see. Any more questions? Well, actually, the backgrounds, I didn't... you are talking about the backgrounds. I did not do them. So I just found these really nice images on the net, on the interwebs, and I decided to use them for the background of the channel. So, of course, then after this was my first one. Let me just go here. This one here was the first one I used as a background, so that's why I then you try to use all the colors, so the orange, the yellow, all those nice colors in everything else. That's why I have the yellow banner here with my Twitter and stuff like that. And then I just added the blue one and this one, this one is of course Bitcoin. So I hope you guys like the backgrounds, but these were not me, so I just used some nice ones I found. Let me check there. So guys, how is it going? A good entry point was yesterday, man. So a good entry point, of course, was the 28K, the 28.8, 29, 30K. This was a very good point. I'm just going to use the... sometimes people ask me this and I have to do it. I will use my super uber elite Fibonacci retracement tool. And I will show you guys where the entries are and where the exits are or take profits are. So if you use this Fibonacci, actually this is not so different from the other one. I just increased it. I just use different colors and different aspect for a bit more easily understand where are the entries and the take profits. So this is the Bitcoin chart, the daily Bitcoin chart on the Pro Indicators framework. I use this kind of so this Fibonacci is very I defined this way to see the Fibonacci on my own. So this is not a special indicator. You can just do this on your TradingView indicator. If you double click, so I have the usual levels except for this one and this one. So you guys see that I have the red and the green. So entries are below the green, take profits are above the red. If this is, of course, a retracement, so if the price is coming down and then reversing to the upside as we did, if the price is going up and reversing to the downside, this will inverse the colors because the Fibonacci will start from the bottom to the top. Okay, so the level, the lower part of the red area is in fact the 23% retracement, and the upper part of the green bar is the 76.8. So what I've done is I increased to 10 more points to each one of them, to either side, so the red to the upside and the green to the downside. And I removed everything in between and I made them have this color. So it's really easy to do this on TradingView. It took me like 15 minutes to configure that. You can see it here. The levels are here. The colors are here. Just use one color, then the background also. And you have to use, where is that? I don't have it here. So just start with the default Fibonacci levels, and then you do this exactly as you saw on my screen. I'm going to scroll a bit down so you can see the other settings and up. And these are the levels. Of course, these are the, except for this first one here and the 86.81, all the others are the standard Fibonacci levels. And I just use them to know what's above the 23 and what's below the 76.8. including the 10 more points I add. So that's how I use the Fibonacci to understand where is an entry point, where, well, I can tell you very easily now, every price action below the green is an entry point, and every price action above the red is a take profit or exit point. It depends on how the market is behaving, and if you believe that we are going down again to find support again on the green, then it might be an exit depending on your conditions. So it depends on you. If you want to take profit or if you want to completely exit a position, that's above the red. If you want to go in, that's below the green. So it's very easy. If you don't want to do this like I did, the green and the red levels, you can just use the normal Fibonacci. Just use the default levels and then you just, everything below the 13 and above the 86 is entry and take profit levels. Answered? I hope so. Hey. Oh, fuck. Oh. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I was not sharing my screen. Jesus. Sorry for that. I look like Tone Vase now. Tone Vase is the master of explaining everything without the screen share on. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry for that. I'm just going to explain it again. So someone asked me, where is a good entry for Bitcoin? I'm going to start again from the beginning. Sorry for that, guys. So this is a funny moment. I will use this for the key moment of the week. Okay, so this is my super uber elite, as I like to say, Fibonacci retracement tool. I will just use the Fibonacci and go from the all-time high to the absolute low we had, the 28.8K. So this is my Fibonacci, one which I configured myself. But you guys don't need to do this, of course, if you don't want to. Oops, sorry. Should be a bit more to the upside. Yeah, so this is not good here. Yeah, so that's there. Okay, now it's well positioned. So this is my Fibonacci level. Everything below the green. So you heard it already, but now you actually are seeing what I meant. Sorry for that. So everything below the green is an entry point. Everything above the red is a take profit or exit, depending on the market conditions or your own strategy. And this is for me. This is not financial advice. This is what I use for myself. Anything below the green, I go long. Everything above the red, I take profit, unless there is a very explicit sign that we are going to break the all-time high or even the third range boundary level. If that happens, might take profit, or I might take profit but a very small amount, or even not take profit at all and wait for the breakout to occur. If the breakout does not occur, or this is a fake out, then probably I will take the profit then. If the breakout occurs and is confirmed with a 1-to-1 ratio, and I already explained this a lot of times, the 1-to-1 ratio is the distance that goes from here to the breakout level and above, the same distance. So when we achieve that 1-to-1 ratio, the breakout is confirmed. So guys, I hope I explained it, and I will just now open the settings for this Fibonacci, and you guys will see that the levels are exactly the same as the standard, except the first and the last. How did I do this? I just changed and decreased 10 points on the 23.6% and increased 10 points on the 76.8%. And that gives me that rectangle, the green rectangle and the red rectangle you guys see over there. And I don't care about anything else in the middle, because in the middle of the red and the green, this is the dump zone, and no one should trade the dump zone. So I only go in below the green, I take profit or exit above the red. So I will just scroll a bit. So you guys can see my settings, and if you need to do this for yourselves to create this red and green Fibonacci, just use the same settings as I did. You have to play with the colors around here, so opacity should be 0 in all of them, and I don't remember exactly how I did that. This was already some time ago, but you have to keep the background in some percentage, and then you have to remove everything else and all the levels and stuff like that, and then it becomes like that. So I just played a bit. I saw it also with one of my mentors, Phil, which is the French guy that created the Pro Indicators framework. He was the first to actually do something like this, to have an indicator, Fibonacci retracement tool like this, not caring about all the levels in the middle, because the middle is the dump zone. And just using the red and the green to find the entry points and take profit points. So I hope now you understood with the screen on, of course. So I apologize. I was not, I didn't see that I was not sharing the screen. Okay, guys. Man, if you don't think this is capitulation, then what capitulation should be? I was watching Willy Woo on Tone Vei's channel the other day, and he was saying exactly the same answer to the same question. If for you 56% retracement is not capitulation enough, then I don't really know what capitulation means. Because I actually don't see the price of Bitcoin going much lower than it was already. We might have some crazy thing, you know, just one really extended candle to the downside, like going to 26,000 and then immediately going up and leaving a really big wick behind. We could even have that finding support on this moving average that is coming up here. But I don't see it going much lower than the current absolute low we have already, the 28.8K. So if this is not capitulation, then what's a capitulation? Yeah, you guys are laughing because I forgot to share my screen and I look like Tone Vei's now. Like completely crazy about technology and stuff, but we have a very different background, by the way. So guys, any more questions, please, because we are a bit overextended in time already. Wow, this is 1 hour 20 minutes already. So what do you think, guys? Should we end the stream? I shouldn't have done this question. Oh my God. No worries, guys. I enjoy, you guys know I really enjoy doing the live streams with you guys here and answering all the questions directly, and I hope you learn something. I know that I'm not, you know, the top guru in the world. For sure I'm not. There are a lot of people much better than I am, but at least if I can help someone to get to at least the same level as me, that's very good, and I really enjoy explaining everything I do to you guys. So you don't need to thank me because I really enjoy doing this. Ricardo is asking when will I go back to Hard Fork Cafe? I don't know. Of course they have to invite me. So probably if again one of those two regular analysts they have cannot go, and they will invite me again to fill the gap. So I don't know. But of course after my first appearance I was not. They didn't tell me anything yet, so I don't know. Well, yeah, I hope so. I hope someday I will have made an amount of money in the markets that allows me to just go to some island and spend my days trying to teach people and not having to worry about trading anymore and stuff like that. I really enjoy teaching. So I'm also a trainer, certified trainer in Portugal. So I used to work for some companies training people in Linux and open source operating systems, stuff like that, and also programming. So let's see if I can help people, training them and passing my knowledge, which I know it's not top level, but at least it's good for me, so it might work for someone else. So Ugo Alexandre is asking if the 129 count applies to all time frames. Yes, of course, it applies to all time frames. So if you are looking at the weekly chart, of course, you also have the 129 counts and the 124 candle corrections and all those crazy rules of the MRI. But you should study the MRI indicator, all the the basics of how this works, so that you understand when could you have a 129 count, or when this could be a 124 candle correction and then go again in the same direction as before, stuff like that. So you should read the basics of the MRI indicator, and they are on ToneVase site. So if you go to tonevase.com, you will have the basics of how the indicator works, and you can check there. Oh, Crypto Dealer is here. Crypto Dealer is João, I guess. Is this you, João? Glad to have you on my stream. I didn't know you were there. Sorry, man. I didn't see you come in. Yeah, it's him, João. Yeah. So, well, I just got the word that they are expecting me to go on Hard Fork Cafe next week. So 1 week from today. Let's see how that goes. I will wait for the DM on Telegram, of course, just to make sure. Make sure that this is not someone trying to be you here on my stream. So yeah, I know you're laughing. This is just a joke, man. I know this is you. Okay, so I should use my sound bites more. Let's see.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
I was just making a joke here. Oh, this one is appropriate to go back on the Hard Fork Cafe. Guys, this is just for you guys.
I'll be back.
I'll be back. Okay. Okay, guys, this has been already a very, very long one. I think, Ricardo, I think that's not a very good idea. You guys know that every analyst has a different way to work and a different way of looking at the markets. It would not be a very good idea to have the three of them at the same time on Hard Fork Cafe, I guess. But this is not up to me, of course, but I don't think that would be very good. You guys are great. I'm feeling a lot more interaction. Of course, I have to thank the guys at Hard Fork Cafe for that, because it increased a lot my subscriptions base. But I'm seeing a lot more interaction from the chat with me. So thank you guys for being so active. I really enjoy that. It makes my work much easier, of course, if you interact more. And it fills the gaps in between the analysis and everything I have to do. What's the hottest it gets? Well, I don't know where you're from, but I'm going to say it in Celsius. So really, really hot days can get to 40, 45 degrees Celsius. And that's really, really hot. But usually it's not so hot as an average. So as an average in the Algarve, which is the hottest part of Portugal in the summer, Alentejo and Algarve, of course, as an average it goes from 30, 35, 36. So something in between 30 and 36, 37 during August. July and August are the really extremely hot months in the summer here. Guys, please smash. No, don't smash it. Don't smash it. Don't ruin the button. Just gently touch the like button. Okay, guys. I really enjoyed being here today. I hope the analysis the weekly analysis of all the assets was of your interest, and you learned something more. So let me just remove this from here. I don't need the Fibonacci now. I also use the actually normal Fibonacci's, by the way. If I just choose the standard levels and I come here and I do exactly the same thing, you guys will see that this will give me exactly the same levels. So here it is, the 23% level, which was the beginning of the green, and the 76, which was the beginning of the red, and then 10 more up and 10 more down, and you make those bands, the green and red bands there. So you can actually see where the levels are. Okay, so I just wanted to say, to show you guys that I also use the normal Fibonacci levels sometimes. And that's it. All Garv. All Garv. Yeah, that's funny. Actually, yeah, I'm starting to think that it's a province of England. So there's a lot of English people living here. Exactly, guys. Every different analyst has a different way to look at the markets and to analyze what's happening in the markets. So the important thing is, if that strategy, if that way to analyze the market works for you, then it's good. You don't need to copy me or my strategy or anyone else's strategy. If you find your own, if you learn the basics with someone and then you define your own strategy, your own way to analyze the markets, and it works for you, it makes you money, then it's good. So you don't need to follow anyone else. For example, I can tell you guys how I started. I started by learning from Tone Vays and Data Dash, and a bit later than that, Alessio Rastani. And I started to learn from them. And of course, my strategy is a bit of a compilation of the way that Tone Vays today, because I didn't continue to analyze the markets like Data Dash does. But today I mainly use two strategies combined, which is the MRI strategy by Tone Vays and the Pro Indicators framework by Phil. So my way of analyzing the markets is to combine those two strategies into one, which is my own strategy. So I don't 100% follow the MRI strategy, and I don't want 100% follow the Pro Frameworks indicator or framework. I just combine the two to really understand what's happening in the bigger vision of the market using the Pro Indicators framework. And then if I want to go to lower time frames and try to find out when a possible price reversal will happen or what could happen in the next few hours or days, I use the MRI and to confirm, basically to confirm what I see on Pro Framework and vice versa. So I also use the Pro Framework to confirm what I see on the MRI. So I decided to make that one strategy. And that's my way to look at the markets. Some other people just use one main strategy and they follow someone else, or they just evolve the strategy a bit more or whatever. So, sorry. I also, people should not say that I don't focus on the fundamentals. If I didn't focus on the fundamentals, I would not have such a big hodl position, which I don't touch, and it will be there, I don't know for how much time. Of course, it's because I believe in the fundamentals of Bitcoin that I have my hodl position. If I didn't believe in the fundamentals, and if I didn't believe that this is always going up, no matter what, we are going up, even if it takes 10, 20, 30 years, The fundamentals tell me that a scarce asset will always go up. That's fundamentals. And if I didn't believe in that, I would not have my hodl position. So you guys know already, I only use a smaller percentage of my portfolio to trade. And from those trades, I try to increase my hodl position. But my hodl position exists because I believe in fundamentals. So I just don't believe in fundamentals when it comes to shitcoins. But that's me. I'm not. I don't want anyone else to. I mean, if you want to spend your money in something that is not credible or doesn't have exactly the same level of assurance that Bitcoin has, that's up to you. I'm not in charge of your money, and you should do it with your money whatever you want. I just don't believe in fundamentals of shitcoins. I just believe that there's only one fundamental, and that's Bitcoin, because of scarcity, and it's proven its way in the market, and because it requires energy to be spent to actually be worth something. So these are all fundamentals. So I also believe in fundamentals. I just believe also that many of the shitcoins out there don't have any fundamentals. Well, if you believe that the price of gold, so user XXX, if you believe that the price of gold is, as you say, manipulated, then all the markets are manipulated. All the markets are. Because what's manipulating a market? So for gold, it's much difficult because it's a 10 trillion, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that, close to 10 trillion market. So for you to move the market in gold, you need to have a lot of gold. So we are talking about really big institutions, central banks and stuff like that. But if you want to move the market in Bitcoin, which is now just below 1 trillion again, but it was around 1 trillion, you don't need to be such a big institution to move the market, because if you buy $1 billion, $2 billion of Bitcoin, you move the market. Unless you are like Michael Saylor, and he is actually a very, very honest guy and a very straightforward guy, because he bought 500 million without moving the market just a few weeks ago. Because he on purpose, he bought $1,000 every second for I don't know how many days, until he met all the $500 million that he wanted to buy. So, but if you buy $1 million in 10 seconds, of course, you are going to move the market, but I don't call that manipulation. I call that tough. I'm a whale, so I don't care, right? So that's the market. The free market, it's like that. Oh, you mean the paper gold? Well, man, this is something that it's impossible to stop. Of course, every market will have the underlying asset, and if this underlying asset is very, very good, you will always have the paper asset. So I just had something crazy here on my stream. I don't know what happened, but it just restarted the page. So I hope everything is good and we are still live. So in fact, this is something that will always happen. You will always have leveraged assets in every good market. And I don't know about this ETF that you mentioned on the chat, but man, it's really hard to explain my opinions on that. I don't see this as market manipulation. I see that as a part of a regular market, giving some more options to other people that don't want to have the underlying asset, just want to have some exposure to the asset itself. Like, for example, Binance has these paper stocks that they are selling, Tesla and stuff. Of course, you are not buying Tesla stocks, shares. Of course, you are just negotiating synthetic assets which don't actually exist. But it's exactly the same as the futures market. When you leverage, for example, USDT contracts on Bitcoin, you are not negotiating Bitcoin. You don't have the coins. You are just buying contracts. So I don't see the big problem with that if you are an experienced trader and you want to have that. So yeah, exactly. The Bitcoin proof of keys day. If you remove all your Bitcoins from the exchanges, they will not be able to have liquidity to allow leveraged markets to exist. So, but people continue to leave all the coins in the exchanges. So that's what they allow to happen. If they don't allow it to happen, then there's no liquidity to BitMEX to exist, for example, or the futures market on Binance to exist, for example, and stuff like that, because you just provide the liquidity for them to lend your coins for someone else to leverage trade. So until you guys understand this, and this is why you should never leave your coins in the exchange, until you guys understand that, the paper markets, the synthetic markets, the futures markets, all that will continue to exist. I agree with you. I agree with Razukekun. I also have all my trades. Mostly I trade the spot market and I hold the coins. And I was a bit more active trading futures on Binance some time ago, but I'm not doing it anymore. The futures market is really complicated and it's not easy to make money. And I believe I never made that much money in the futures market, actually. So it's not profitable for me because I'm more of a swing trader. I'm not scalping. I'm not doing daily trades. So it's not very profitable for me because the big volatility in coins will always liquidate me. So I don't really care about the futures so much now. But probably in the future, I've been trading the spot market lately because this is not the actual time to use leverage. Since the big correction of 55%, this has not been the time to use leverage because it's very volatile, as you guys know. Unless you scalp, unless you do it on scalping an everyday basis. So, but if you are more of a swing trader like me, I don't see any profit coming from leverage trading now. Guys, I really should end the stream. I know you guys really enjoy being here, but this is already almost 2 hours, I guess. Yeah, it's 1 hour 40 minutes, guys. My ass hurts already. So let's end here today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me see if I have a sound bite for you guys here. I know it's hard for you guys to handle the truth about me having to go, but there's a nice soundbite here.
You can't handle the truth!
Okay, guys. I have a lot of them, but I usually just use the let's be careful out there one. And I really have to end the stream. Let me just go back to my stop the screen share. Please, guys, I know that I always ask this because you guys forget, but gently touch the like button. Please gently touch the like button so that other people are notified of the videos. If you enjoy the content, also gently touch the like button, subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. And of course, don't forget to hit the bell icon with all so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. And you guys know this is from Monday to Friday. There's a recorded video on Saturdays. There's a live stream on Sundays. I rest like the Lord. So, so I only take one day off a week. It's Sunday. I usually don't do anything like videos or streams. But don't forget. Also, the Telegram group. Let me put it here on the Telegram group here. Now you can see it somewhere here. So just open a browser, write t.me/FU money. You will be taken to a page where you click the button and you'll be automatically invited to the Telegram group, which is a very, very nice group, by the way. Very bright people, 24 hours a day. People are discussing Bitcoin and sometimes some shitcoins. I don't really care. If people want to discuss some shitcoins sometimes, I don't care. But of course, this is mainly Bitcoiners there. You guys know that already. But everyone is welcome. So if you want to join the Telegram group, I'm there most of the time during the day when I'm not recording or live streaming. And if I'm not there, of course, someone else is, and they will discuss it and debate it with you. So it's a very nice, interesting Telegram group. Okay, guys? So I know that people keep asking stuff, but I have to go. Really sorry. I wish you guys a very, very good weekend. I hope Bitcoin continues to follow up on my completely crazy curved trend line looking like a cup, something like that. This is the complete name of that trend line. So as usual, I will leave you guys now with the wise words.
All right, let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Okay, guys, let's be careful out there in the markets. Let's roll. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday. Bye-bye.